Hello students, welcome back to the session 2. This is Chandrasekhar, social science teacher, BGS Public School, Shidlagatta. Well, dear students, in the last session, we all gathered in detail information about how the Zoroastrian, Hinduism, Jainism religions were developed. Then after the first century CE, the Christianity and Islam religions are being came into existence, and these two religions also called as Semitic religions and the major world religions. Then the founder of the Christianity, Jesus Christ, and we already learned at what type of teachings taught by Jesus the Christ and life of Jesus Christ. So in this session, we have to learn about how the Christianity was spread. How the Christianity was spread. Let's come one by one. We have to learn. Here mainly, Jesus' 12 disciples are called as apostles. You should be keeping in your mind, my dear students. Disciples. Jesus consisting of 12 disciples. Disciples is nothing but followers. Disciples is nothing but followers. Here Jesus Christ having a 12 followers. So these followers are called as apostles. So this is one more question. Who are called as apostles? Jesus Christ 12 disciples are called as apostles. Then among to the 12 disciples are apostles, most important disciple, Saint Peter. Most important among them was, it means among to 12 disciples, who was the most important disciple means Saint Peter. He was the most important disciple of Jesus Christ, or the follower of Jesus Christ. Here, and he went to Rome and established a church. Who went to Rome, established a church means Saint Peter, because he was the most important disciple or most famous follower of the Jesus Christ. He had a lot of curiosity and interest to spread of the Christianity. So this was the reason purpose. He went to Rome and established a church. He went to Rome and established a church. Then after, here mainly, he sent missionaries all over the world to spread the gospel. What is the meaning of here? Missionaries, the person who spread Christianity. Jesus Christ's followers, got it? Having most of them, they interested to spread the Christianity throughout the world. Here the missionaries is nothing but the person who spread Christianity, the persons who are playing very important role to spread the Christianity. So that persons we should call as missionaries. Saint Peter sent missionaries all over the world to spread the gospel. Gospel is nothing but the teachings of the Jesus Christ, called as gospel. So this is also a one more question. What is the meaning of gospel? Good. Gospels are consisting of Jesus Christ teachings. So this was the reason purpose. Saint Peter went to Rome and established a church, and he sent so many Christian missionaries all over the world to spread the teachings of Jesus Christ. And apart from these, few important points are very, very important. See, beginning, the Roman emperors did not disturb the promotion of Christianity. Beginning time, even when Christianity was being came into existence, and that time, mainly most of the Roman emperors, kings, dictators or rulers, they also gave support to the Christianity. This was the reason purpose also Christianity spread throughout the world within span of a short time, and that it spread all over the Roman Empire very fast. This was the reason purpose. Got it? Christianity spread throughout the world and Roman Empire very fast. So dear students, this you should be keep in your mind. Got it? How Christianity spread. How Christianity spread means you have to write these points. Jesus Christ, the 12 disciples are called as apostles. Disciples is nothing but followers. And among to the 12 disciples, who was the most important disciple means Saint Peter. The Saint Peter went to Rome and established a church, and he sent so many missionaries to spread the gospels of Jesus Christ. And the beginning time, Roman Emperor gave full of the support to Jesus Christ to spread of the Christianity. It means missionaries also. Thus, it spread all over the Roman Empire very fast, even it reached out of the Roman Empire also. So, behind the reasons to establishment or spread of the Christianity. Then, dear students, but after the first century, Roman Emperor started persecuting the missionaries. So, before the first century, even the Roman Emperor gave importance to spread of the Christianity. But after the first century, the Roman emperors, mainly for the Roman emperors, started persecuting the missionaries. It means they gave torture to the missionaries. That is a persecuting. Roman emperors gave torture to so many missionaries belongs to Christianity. And 4th century, Constantine, so that is over the first century, then 2nd century, 3rd century, as it is like going on a torture. Then during the period of 4th century, Constantine accepted Christianity as the national religion in the CE of 313. So 313 CE during the period of 4th century. This is the 4th century, 1 to 100 1st century, 101 to 200 2nd century, and 300 to 200 to 300 3rd century, and 300 to 400 4th century. So 400 4th century. So like here 313 means 4th century. During this period, one of the important king, Constantine, he accepted Christianity only for the national religion. Like then when he accepted for the Christianity as the national religion, got it? Within span of a short period, even the Christianity spread Rome, Greece, Macedonia, and Asia Minor. Got it? Minor is nothing but a peninsula. Like so, India is one of the important peninsula, surrounded by 3 side water and 1 side land. So, Asian continent, southern part of the countries, in these places, Christianity spread within span a short minute. So next, Christianity spread Rome, Greece, Macedonia, and Asia Minor. So in this way, Christianity spread throughout the world, and the holy book of the Christianity, Bible. The holy book of the Christianity is the Bible. So look at Saint Peter. He was and Constantine. He accepted Christianity as the national religion in the year of 313 CE, and the holy book of Christianity, Bible. So in this way, Christianity spread very well. Got it? Before the first century, got it? Christianity spread very fast, even the acceptance of the Roman emperors. But after the first century, Roman emperors given so much of torture to Christian missionaries. That is why Christian religion spreading sluggish. But during the period of 4th century, Constantine accepted Christianity as the national religion. So within span, it spread to Rome, Greece, Macedonia, and Asia Minor countries. The holy book of the Christianity, Bible. Look at the pictures: Saint Peter, Constantine, and the Bible. Saint Peter, the very important disciple of the Jesus Christ. Constantine, he accepted Christianity as the national religion, and Bible, the holy book of the Christianity. So in this way, Christianity spread. This is very important 3-mark question. How the Christianity spread? Explain. Then next, dear students, contributions of Christianity. So So, at what type of contributions led by Christianity to the society? Got it? This Christianity gave some of the important gifts, contributions. That is also in Kannada we should consider for the ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳು. ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಥ್ರೂ ಔಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, Christianity has taught the noble principles of peace. Got it? Christianity has taught the noble principle of peace. What is the meaning of peace? Stress free, ಶಾಂತಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಸಹ ಶಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನಾನ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. got it? This is one of the gift of the Christian religion. Christianity has taught the noble principle of peace. Then Christianity has taught the noble principle of brotherhood to the world. What is the meaning of here brotherhood? Do you know the relationship between brothers, blood relation? Got it? Between the Christianity people, got it? They have to maintain for like a blood relation. So that is the Christianity has taught the noble principle of brotherhood to the world. This is the second important contribution. And the educational centers established by churches. So in ancient time and during the period of Middle Ages, through the Hindu religion, education was spreading through the temples, agraharas, matas, like etc. places. Got it? In this way, even in Christian religion, got it? Churches are the educational centers. In the Christian religion, churches are the educational centers. Then missionaries have played a very important role in the growth of education. So if Saint Peter sent his disciples to spread the Christianity, the person who is spreading the gospels of Jesus Christ. So most of the missionaries having a knowledge upon the Christianity and even for the education. So such a missionaries, Christian missionaries, they played a very important role, significant role in the growth of, in the development of education. So this is also one of the important greatest contribution of the Christianity. Then after, Christianity has introduced the Gothic style in architecture. Do you know, we can look at for the Hindu religion different kinds of temples. The temples constructing style is too different. Once we can see for the Badami Chalukya's temples, so that is the temple, the Chalukyan style of art and architecture. Chalukyan style of art and architecture. Got it? So the temple structure is too different. Outlook is mind blowing. So as it is during the period of Christianity, they were introduced to construction of the churches in different manner. So that is a Gothic style. Gothic style they using and constructing for the churches. They constructing for the churches. And missionaries have extended health services all over the world. See here, the Christian missionaries, they providing health services not only limit for the Rome, even they extended, got it, one country to another country in the field of health. They providing lot of services to the people. So in this way, the Christian religion gave some of the important contributions to society. So such important contributions, I already told, the first principle thought peace, stress free, got it? And another one, brotherhood. We have to maintain brothers and sister relations between the male and female, and between the brothers and between the sisters like. And churches are playing very important role in the providing of the education. Got it? And missionaries playing very important role to development of the education. And they introduced the Gothic style in art and architecture, and they extended the health services through many parts of the countries, so many parts of the countries. So like, these are the contributions of the Christianity. And here, we look at men. Then after that, women and weaker sections have been largely benefited by the education. Women, with the females. Women means the females, and the weaker sections, those who are very, very poor. Those who are very, very poor, they will get a education Because of the reason, Christian missionaries are extended their health services and churches are providing education. So this education facility receiving by women and even for the very poor people. This is very very useful for in future. This is only leads to the women empowerment. Women are possible to receive their power through the education. This is the one of the important contribution of the Christianity. And here mainly another one is and Christian religion brought qualitative changes in the society known as empowerment. It means the Christian religion implemented lot of changes in the field of education. In the field of education, this education benefit received by women and in the same way weaker sections. So this is known as empowerment. This is known as empowerment. Look at the pictures. Gothic style, Gothic style. Because of the reason, see in this structure, Christian religion people constructed for the churches. Got it? So these are the contributions of the Christianity. Christian religions are introduced for the Gothic style in art and architecture. So the churches are very very nice. This is a 3-mark question, my dear students. What are the contributions of Christianity? Then after the contributions, sects in Christianity. Sects is nothing but different groups. The Christianity consists of different groups. Let's see at what type of groups consist of Christianity. So before that, Christianity, which was in the control of Roman Catholics till 16th century. Until 16th century, got it? Here mainly Christianity was under the control of Catholics. This is one type of group in Christianity. Another one is Protestants. In this Christian religion, there are two types of groups. One is Catholics, another one is Protestants. So until 16th century, the Christianity was controlled by Catholics. Got it? And Christianity slowly went beyond the reach of common people and the principles of Jesus Christ. Christianity slowly went beyond the reach of common people. So step by step, Christianity developed very very well. Jesus the Christ, the principles are spread to most of the parts of the countries of the Rome and even out of the country of the Rome also. Got it? And churches were dominated by priests and landlords. Here there is a Catholics. Got it? There is a Catholics. Until 16th century, they having a most of the power. Got it? So here the Catholics are doing domination upon for the priest. Got it? Those who are working in a churches, padres. Got it? And landlords, ಜಮೀನಿನ ಮಾಲೀಕರು, ಪಾದ್ರಿಗಳು ಇವರ ಮೇಲೆ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ದೌರ್ಜನ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಗೇವ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಾರ್ಚರ್, harassment to the priests and landlords. A Roman Catholics are given so much of tortures to the priests and the landlords. So this was the reason purpose. Got it? Most of the people of the Rome, so people opposed such religious practices. Here Catholics doing domination upon the priests and the landlords. This was the reason purpose most of the people opposed to the Catholics on that time in such critical situation. In that situation, Martin Luther started Reformation movement in Germany. So he implemented some changes in the field of society. Because of the reason, there is a domination. Catholics until 16th century, they controlled by Christian religion and they were doing domination to the priests and even for the landlords who having a most of the land. Got it? So this was the reason purpose most of the people are opposed. In this situation, one of the important leader belongs to the Germany. He started Reformation movement in Germany. Who started religious Reformation movement in Germany means Martin Luther. Got it? After a new sect called Protestant came into existence. So one group Catholics. One group is the Catholics. Another one group is Protestant. Protestant means the followers of Martin Luther. The total Christian religion divided into two groups. One is Catholics, remaining the followers of the Martin Luther. A new sect called Protestant. It means the followers of Martin Luther. And here there are two sects in Christianity. The one is Protestants, another one is Catholics. The two sects of Christianity. Already told the very important sects. Catholics is the first one, Protestants are the second one. What is the meaning of Protestant? Means the followers of Martin Luther. The followers of Martin Luther. So this is the sects, means the groups in Christianity. So dear students, this is the in detail information about for the Christian religion. What is one of the important religion. Then after the Christianity, another one important religion, already told that Islamic religion. Got it? So that Islamic religion very important, that we have to learn after 1 minute. So before that, here some related pictures are there related to the Christianity. See pictures of Catholics, so and Protestants and Martin Luther. What is Martin Luther? He led a religious reformation movement in Germany. What is after the Christianity divided into two sects. The one is Protestants, another one is Catholics. And dear students, the holy book of the Christianity, Bible. Got it? So here there is a 2 mark question. Write a short note on Bible. So here Bible is the holy book of Christians. Got it? Bible is the holy book, sacred book of the Christians. And this Bible consists of two parts. This Bible consists of two parts. Which are the two parts? Means the one is Old Testament, another one is New Testament. The one is Old Testament, another one is New Testament. What is the meaning of Old Testament and what consisting of this Old Testament? Consisting of details of religious beliefs of Jews. See, Jews, this is one of the important religion. In this religion, people implemented certain religious aspects in their life, different tradition, different culture. So this consisting of Old Testament. And another one, New Testament. What it? Testament means one of the important legal document. Testament means legal document of the Bible, New Testament. So this is consisting, deals the life and teachings of Jesus. So Second Testament information consists of some of the important teachings implemented by Jesus Christ and life of the Jesus Christ. So this is Bible, Christianity, Holy Book, Bible. This consisting of two parts, Old Testament and New Testament. Old Testament consisting of details of religious beliefs of Jews, and New Testament consisting of deals the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. And this Bible originally in Hebrew language. So then after Hebrew to translated in different and variety types of the languages. Originally written Bible, originally written in Hebrew language. See the picture of Hebrew language mainly. Got it? So this is the Bible and another one is a Hebrew language. See, it was translated into English during the reign of King James I of England. One of the important king of England, James I. When he doing administration, that time he translated Bible into English, from Hebrew language to English. So this is in detail information about the Bible. Got it? This is a very important 2 or 3 mark question. Write a note on Bible. I hope you understood about for the Christian religion. Then after, dear students, another one very important religion, Islam. So as it is like Christianity, even the Islamic religion also playing very important role. So as it is, we have to learn one by one about or in detail information about for the Islam religion. Islam. Islam originated in Arabia. Already told in Central Asia Christianity. Central Asia Christianity, and in the country of Arabia, Islamic religion originated. You know that what it basically Arabia was a desert area. Basically, Arabia was a desert area. That is why that place not suitable to agriculture. Christianity, Central Asia, and Islam, Arabia. So Arabia is desert area. That is why this place not useful to do for the agriculture. This place not useful to do for the agriculture. Which place? Arabia. This was the reason purpose. Most of the Arabs, they migrated. What are they moving from? They are wandering from some of the important places like where available for a fertile lands. It means the quality of land, and where available for the water, to doing agriculture purpose. Thus, the Arabs migrated to fertile lands and settled in places where water available. So such a important places, mainly here Mecca and Medina. In these two places, fertile land is there and good water facility is there. In these places, the Islamic religion people are settled. Actually, they belongs to Arabia desert area. This was the reason purpose they migrated where available fertile land and the water. So such a places Mecca and Medina. So when came to Mecca and Medina, in the beginning time, they worshipped for nature, stones, trees, and streams as gods. What it? Nowadays, Christian religion people treated Jesus Christ was God. Hindu religion people treated Sri Krishna as their God, Rama as their God, Lakshmi, Vishnu, Shiva, like. And Islamic religion people treated Muhammad Paigambar as their God, like. So here, when the Islamic people first came to Mecca and Medina, they not treated Muhammad Paigambar as their God, like. So they treated stones. They treated stones as their gods, trees also as their gods, streams, a small rivers as their gods, like. But at beginning time, then after in Mecca, the stone of Kaaba and other 360 idols were worshipped by them. So beginning time, the stone of Kaaba, the biggest stone, that is very important. The Islamic people treated Kaaba stone as their god, like, and other 360 very small idols. It means images, vigrahagalu, 360. They worshipped by them. What? ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಹ ದೇವರು ಅಂತ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. And Kaaba was considered to be one of the most important religious places. What it? After the Mecca and the Medina, when they started treating, worshipping of the Kaaba, then they were considered Kaaba was their most important religious place, like. So this is the backdrop of Islamic religion. Different pictures related to Islam. So this is the place Mecca, and another one is Medina, and another one is Kaaba. So this is Mecca, Medina, and Kaaba. Mecca, Medina, and Kaaba. Then significance of Kaaba, importance of Kaaba. Why the stone of Kaaba playing very important role? Is there any speciality? Is there any speciality? That is very important and that is very essential. Write the importance of Kaaba. Write the importance of Kaaba. Here see, Kaaba was considered, already told, one of the important religious places for the Muslims. One of the important religious place for the Muslims. Got it? And this is also called as a sacred place for the Muslims at present. Got it? It means blessed, ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಮೆಕ್ಕಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಮೆಕ್ಕಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಬಾ ಎಂಬ ಸ್ಥಳ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಕಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫರ್ ದೇರ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ಸ್. got it? Every day they facing towards Kaaba and doing a prayer. Muslims offer their prayers every day facing towards Kaaba. Got it? They turning, got it, in the direction of Kaaba where available. So on that direction they will start it for the prayers. Got it? And the pilgrimage, this is a one more question. The pilgrimage to this place is called as Hajj by them. Got it? Pilgrimage means a journey once. Got it? Every Muslim, each and every one Muslim must and should visit to Kaaba. Must and should visit to Kaaba. This is considered as a Hajj. This is considered as a Hajj. The pilgrimage, a journey to this place. This place means Kaaba, is called as a Hajj. So this is the significance of Kaaba. Kaaba was most important religious place and sacred place for the Muslims, and Muslims face towards Kaaba and Mecca. They doing for a prayers, and the pilgrimage to this place is called as Hajj by them. This is information about for Kaaba. Then dear students, life of Muhammad Paigambar. Who is Muhammad Paigambar and why we have to study in detail information about Muhammad Paigambar? Got it? Who is Muhammad Paigambar and why we have to study in detail information about Muhammad Paigambar? Let's see. Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad means also same, and Muhammad Paigambar means also same. Here, the Prophet Muhammad Paigambar was born 570 CE at Mecca. Got it? In the place of Mecca, Muhammad Paigambar was born during the period of 570 CE, and his parents were Abdullah and Amina. Got it? Who were the parents of Muhammad Paigambar? So his parents were Muhammad Paigambar. Parents were Abdullah and Amina. And during the period of his childhood only, he lost his parents. He lost his parents. It means his parents are died his childhood only. That is why his uncle take care of the Muhammad Paigambar. When parents are died, after his uncle take care about the Muhammad Paigambar. And he was a shepherd. He was a shepherd. What is the meaning of your shepherd? Got it? Someone who keeps the sheep. Someone who keeps the sheep. ಈ ಕುರಿ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋರನ್ನ, ಮೇಕೆ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋರನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಶೆಫರ್ಡ್ and later started visiting Mecca and Syria. Got it? Later, after when doing for the work of a shepherd, later he started one of the important business like. One of the important business like. It means the selling of the goods, sheep, etc. Purpose he visiting to Mecca and Syria. So this was the business purpose. He visiting to Mecca and Syria, these two important places. Got it? He was born 570 CE at Mecca, Muhammad Paigambar. Parents Abdullah and Amina. His childhood only he lost his parents. Then his uncle taking care of the Muhammad Paigambar. Basically he was a shepherd. He maintaining for goats and sheep's life. To selling of the goats purpose, he started one of the important business, and this business purpose he visiting for Mecca and Syria, some of the important two cities. Then after in Mecca he was married to rich widow Khadija. Got it? When he visiting business purpose, got it? he married to one rich widow, Khadija. Widow means a woman has lost her husband. A woman has lost her husband. ಆಕೆಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೆ ತನ್ನ ಗಂಡ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು, ಒಂದು ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ವುಮೆನನ್ನು ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಪೈಗಂಬರ್ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಕಾ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಟು ರಿಚ್ ವಿಡೋ ಖಾದೀಜಾ. Then after, dear students, after the marriage, got it? They had 2 sons and 4 daughters. It consisting of 6 children. 6 children. Among to that 6 children, 2 sons and 4 daughters. Then Paigambar, inspired by the preachings of Christianity and Judaism. Judaism is nothing but Jews. I already explained. No? This is one of the important religion. These 2 religion principles are what it most famous throughout the world. While listening these 2 religions principles, Muhammad Paigambar inspired, got it? Encourage himself only. Such a nice teachings available for Jewish religion and even for the Christian religion also. And he started meditating deeply for long hours on Mount Hira. Got it? He is sitting on Mount Hira hill station like a meditation position. Like meditation position. Why means to gain most of the knowledge. To gain most of the knowledge and to find remedies for the social and cultural shortcomings of Arab people. Do you know like that? In Islamic religion, in case any problems being came into existence means, is there any failures means, it is my responsibility and it is my duty to correct, to provide right solutions to the Islamic people. So such a reason purpose, he started meditating deeply for long hours every day. Every day. Here also there is a one more question. Why Muhammad Paigambar started meditating deeply for long hours on Mount Hira? Because to find remedies. It means any diseases or any some problems being came to existence in Islamic religion, any problems, solution is very, very important. To providing solution purpose, to find remedies for the social and cultural shortcomings of Arab people. This was the reason purpose he started meditating for long hours on Mount Hira. So after, when doing a meditation for long hours, he achieved enlightenment. It means gain most of the knowledge. Gain most of the knowledge by Muhammad Paigambar through the meditation. That is why most of the teachers in your family members say you have to do yoga and meditation like. But we won't listen that. Why we have to do for the meditation like? We have to do neglecting for that. Would it? Study concentration purpose, knowledge purpose, meditation is very, very important, especially the morning hours. Got it? And he was called as the messenger of the God by people. He was called as the messenger of the God by people. What is the meaning of here? Messenger, a person who carries messages. A person who carries messages. Here, the God messages carrying by Muhammad Paigambar, and that messages Muhammad Paigambar directly given to the and directly spread it to the people. So that is why Muhammad Paigambar called as messenger of the God by the people. Got it? And finally, Quran is known as the holy book of Islam. Bible, Christianity. Quran is known as the holy book of Islam. It means sacred book. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ತುಂಬ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರಂಥ. Quran is known as the holy book of Islam. So dear students, this is the in detail information about for the life of Muhammad Paigambar. Life of Muhammad Paigambar. The next, my dear students, related images for the life of Muhammad Paigambar. So the Abdullah, his father, Amina, his mother. Quran is the holy book of the Islamic religion. So Khadija, he married to the rich widow, and this is the hill station, Mount Hira. Abdullah, his father, Amina, his mother. Quran is the holy book of Islamic religion, and Khadija he married to rich widow Khadija, and he doing meditation on long hours, Mount Hira. These are the related images for the Muhammad Paigambar, otherwise the Islamic religion. Then students, now we have to learn some of the important information about in this Christian religion, Hijrah. Hijrah. So this is a 2 mark or 1 mark question. What is the meaning of Hijrah? Got it? So when Muhammad Paigambar gained most of the knowledge, Paigambar started his preachings in Mecca. He started his preachings. He providing some solutions to the people, that is very important and that is very essential. That is why he started his preachings in Mecca. And then Paigambar opposed for the polytheism. It means multiple god practicing system. You know, when Arabs, Islamic people came to Mecca, they started worshipping of nature, streams, got it? Some of the important like. So that is a multiple god practicing system. But this was completely opposed by Muhammad Paigambar. Muhammad Paigambar, got it? Opposed multiple god practicing system. No need to do for multiple worship. ನೀವು ನೇಚರನ್ನು ದೇವರು ಅಂತ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಮರಗಳನ್ನು ದೇವರು ಅಂತ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ವಿಗ್ರಹಗಳನ್ನು ದೇವರು ಅಂತ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ನದಿಯನ್ನು ನೀರು ಅಂತ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಯಾವ ದೇವರು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ಲಾಮಿಕ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ believed in these all the gods like. That is why the enraged people of Mecca conspired to murder him. So when he teaching like, most of the people get irritated the teachings of Muhammad Paigambar. That is why most of the Islamic people, those who are settled in Mecca, they have did a plan. They try to kill to Muhammad Paigambar. They try to kill to a Muhammad Paigambar. This was the reason purpose Muhammad Paigambar travelled from Mecca to Medina in 622 CE. When Mecca people tried to kill it to the Muhammad Paigambar, he leave Mecca and moved to Medina. 622 CE. This is one of the incident. This incident is known as Hijrah. What it? This incident is known as Hijrah or the departure. What is the meaning of departure? Means you have to write Muhammad Paigambar started his preachings in Mecca and he strongly opposed for the multiple god practicing system. That is why most of the people of Mecca tried to kill to a Muhammad Paigambar, and this was the reason purpose Paigambar left Mecca and moved to Medina in 622 CE. This incident is known as Hijrah or departure. So Muslims reckon this as Hijrah era. It means the Islamic lunar calendar is based on Hijrah. 622 ಇಂದ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಯುಗ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ರಿಕಾನ್ ಗೋಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಗೋಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಏನು ರಿಕಾನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದೇ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್. ಇಸ್ಲಾಮಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ based on the Hijrah. This is about for the Hijrah. This you should be keep in your mind, very very important. And Muhammad Paigambar finally died in 632 CE. Muhammad Paigambar died 632 CE. Then at what type of teachings spread by Muhammad Paigambar, that we have to learn session number 3. Thanks for watching the video. My dear students, this is Chandrasekhar, social science teacher, Vijay's Public School, Shidlaghatta. Thank you.